Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were terrific last week in the win over Denver. And last week in that victory, they were pretty good. Probably a pretty easy film session, I would imagine.
And after a performance like that, so many people think you just roll into film, take your popcorn, kick back, and enjoy the show because they played well. I can just tell you from experience, after a win is when coaches come down on you harder. Because they want to emphasize all the mistakes that happen. Because you won, you're in a good mood. They want to bring you back to earth. Oftentimes you walk out of there and you ask your teammate, did we win last week?
So my assumption was wrong. I learned something. From the gun on third down, Jenkins. And it is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
First down. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it'll be second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often. Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
On fourth down, Jenkins. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. How about them biting off 15 yards there on the fourth down attempt and keeping the drive alive? They'll run up. And it's a fumble. And it looks like Steeler football. It is. So a first quarter fumble in the rain, and this isn't supposed to let up. They've had flash flood warnings just west of here, so they better get used to this.
And it's hard to do real early in the game because you're so amped up and you're trying to do so much. You've got to get used to it, though. You've got to focus in on the ball, make sure you're taking care of it. That one cost him.
33. Hey, Green.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on second and 13.
50, Green. Hut.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hopkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Got an extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for third down.
Let's go. Black 40. Hut.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Now, they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, it's just the way the schedule lines up because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season? Or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well.
2nd and 11. He'll swing this out to Sampson. The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Here now a 3rd down and 8. Looking to throw. Jenkins. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free. And it brings up 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's taken to the 26. It's a 40-yard punt, 4 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Now 2nd and 9.
Set. Blue strike. 52 blue. Set.
Back to throw here. It's complete to Hopkins. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
They're going to look to throw. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline.
The Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 12. Yard line.
On the
The
jump.
Titans offense set to begin the drive. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a first down.
13 yards on the play. And the Titans first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now Willis to throw. That one complete. It's tanked down. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line.
First down.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They sit at number 20 in the NFL right now against the run.
Always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Got it. Ready?
No score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Titans in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
To the left side, he's got one, the tight end.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Hey, Smith. Get it.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Now an inside handoff for Charles.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another first and 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And bulldozing his way through. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Their own 27-yard line.
Ready up.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Down.
It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
At the 37-yard line.
22 needle. Hey, Blue.
They'll keep it on the ground. Hopkins, he had to fight that time. Ran through one tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Seal, black.
2nd and 9 now. This throw nearly intercepted. Oh, the big D lineman almost had it. But third down coming up.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a catch made by Hopkins.
And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
On first down, it's Hopkins. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8.
Ready?
Here's 2nd and 8. He finds Hopkins complete.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
38.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Red, yellow. Black Ultra. 6, Mega. Ready.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Now the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
Black, 95. Ready?
They'll drop the throw. To the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10 at the Titans' 33-yard line.
Blue Strikers. Green Jack. Drill Green.
They'll set up to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Ready. Ready. Blue, 32. Go red. Blue, black. Set, go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
If you're going to keep these guys out of the end zone, you've got to be able to commit to stopping the run, and that's a nice job there getting the safeties involved in run support.
10 black. Set, huh?
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. Now the Titans will use their third and final timeout.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
Come on, guys, dig deep.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Set, hunt. 50. Ready?
Johnson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Well, they're going to try this. They need 5 full yards to hit the end zone here on 4th and goal, but they're going for it.
They snap it to Fields. He'll try to do it himself.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Steelers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal.
Now the try here for the extra point. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. But now if they wanted to, they could move the ball up to the 1 and go for 2.
Yeah, that's exactly right, because normally the ball's at the 2 when you go for 2. But if they wanted now, enforce the penalty to the 1. But if they wanted to kick it, right, don't they just move it up 5?
Just move it up to the 10.
Right, move it up to the 10 if they still wanted to kick it.
And now the Steeler offense staying out there, and they'll go for 2.
Here we go. The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
They're going to try and run. And he'll get in, and they take an 8-7 lead.
Steelers 8. Titans
The penalty got them half the distance to the goal down to the 1, made that try a little easier.
Yeah, without a doubt, and it opens up your playbook, doesn't it? From the 1-yard line, run, pass, do whatever you want there, and they did it successfully.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And Smith not going to bring it out, so it's a touchback.
Titans take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. We've got a little more than a minute to go, and I think the offense is saying, hey, all we need here, a field goal, and we can take the lead into intermission.
Well, I think that's what the goal should be. Give your kicker a chance to give you those 3 points. But in the meantime, if someone falls asleep on the defensive side, you might take advantage of that and get a big shot downfield, too.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
Let's go. 79 Grove. 70 Timberwolves. Dragon 60.
Play fake. Here's Willis.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And with a dime look on defense, 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Hawk 70 high.
Now Willis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard.
First down. It's a gain of 6. And the Titans first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Charles. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Now they'll change things around before the snap.
At the Steelers' 48-yard line.
Right back to the air again with Willis.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Willis looking to throw it. Able to find the open man. That's complete. He's brought down. And remember here, no timeouts left. They got to get to the line quick. Here's Willis. That's complete to DK.
And they eventually get to him at the 17 after a pickup of 17 into the red zone. First down. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Set, ready. Black 40. Hey, blue.
Up the middle they go. It's Hopkins. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. This now a 3rd and 4.
Here we go. Black, 95. Hut.
Back to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
This offense 2 for 2 converting on these thus far, so why not try again here on 4th down? They'll go for it.
319, get that. Hey, can. Tonight.
And they are going for it. Fields.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Pack the 50, pack the 50.
Here's a give, left side, it's Charles. And he stopped immediately there. There on the tackle, Minkah Fitzpatrick.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From the 35, here's a 2nd down and 9.
Cougar, my team.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Willis looking to throw it.
Over the middle, it's complete.
And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that their plays are out there.
And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Get it. Cougar, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Steady.
Now this time Willis will throw it. Now a run here off the RPO.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Titans have retaken a 3rd quarter lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's up and good to make this now a 14-8 ball game.
Titans 14, Steelers 8.
There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Ready,
The
set.
Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up. Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
3rd down and 10.
It's 3rd and 10.
Set.
Looking to throw.
Oh, and that is incomplete.
Good work there to force the incompletion and 4th down. Normally, it'd be a quick change for the punt return unit, but this offense has converted twice on 4th down so far, so you may want to double-check things there and make sure they're actually going to kick the football.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Let's go.
And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. Fights off the defender. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that, Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
And a good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 35-yard line.
Nice pickup. 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready.
A first down carry here for Charles. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
The 71 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Ready.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Well, that was not what you would call straight line pursuit for a middle linebacker to make this play. He's got to work his way through the clutter to get to the ball carrier on the outside, and he does exactly that. That's called avoiding the trash.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
4 yards on the pickup. It's now 3rd and goal.
Now this time, Willis throwing it.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met it as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Inside the 10.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you can lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
And that's caught at the 2.
4th quarter coming up here on Thursday night prime time.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the 4th quarter. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Okay, ready?
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On the ball. On the
First
ball.
and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Six. Set.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
3-3.
Now back to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Mega. Yellow, 22. Set, go.
Back to throw again. That's going to be caught. Touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. So this now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a one-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Ready.
The Steelers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Ready.
They'll try and throw for it. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion no good.
Score Titans 23, Steelers 14.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Titans are going to recover the football. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie.
80 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
On first down, it's Charles again.
And he finds a little bit of room, enough for 4 yards. That'll be second down.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Bronco 80.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Again, it's Charles. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Only a yard in the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. To throw, here's Willis.
Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. Oh, no, he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. Second down.
Incomplete.
But he'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
Ready, ready. Third you, yellow. Green Jack. Hut, hut.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
And the Steelers on third down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
32. Ready, ready.
He'll look to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is stopped just short on third down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10.
Mega.
Fourth down.
Blaster, 6. Black Ultra. Set, hut.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Felt compelled to go for it there on fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a fourth down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Come on, set. Black, 95. Hut, hut.
They'll look to throw again. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again. Maybe they went to that well too many times there.
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many, because how many times have we seen a team go and play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. But they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6 points.
And he is not going to get in there. He stopped short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Claw, 10. Set, ready, don't blue. Black 40.
And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Here's first down.
Set, hut. Slide 50. Green.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes.
They'll come up now. This is second and long.
It's now second and 19 at the 26-yard line.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down.
And incomplete.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
Black shot. 33. Yellow. Steel. Black. Ready?
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win.
They got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. Second and 8 coming up.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Come on, come on. Set. Stretch the eagle. Stretch the eagle. Warrior 70.
That one looks like he'll throw here. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This is real simple. When you're in 5 wide receiver formation, you don't have a lot of time to dilly-dally back there. You've got to get the ball out and with some dispatch because a lot of the aggressive defensive teams in the league, they see 5 wide receiver sets, they're automatically bringing pressure.
And they brought the pressure. He held on to it a little too long. Winds up getting hit as he releases it.
Now Willis to throw.
Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown.
Amon-Ra St. Brown
With career touchdown number 75. And the Titans are on their way to a 2-0 start. Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Blue striker.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Ready?
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock.
Second and a couple.
Right through. Let's go.
He'll look to throw. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. That's taken in by his big tight end. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Black, 95. Hut, hut.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now.
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to let it go again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And the Steelers come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes.